There's a couple films that seem to be flying under the radar this holiday season. One of them is September 5. I'm gonna give you my review and reaction to it. And don't worry, I won't spoil anything if you're not familiar with what happens here. The film is about the events of September 5th, 1972 at the Olympic Games in Munich, which were famously covered by Steven Spielberg's Munich film. If you're unfamiliar, a team of Israeli Olympic athletes was held hostage. There were deaths and everything. The film tells that powerful story from the perspective of the ABC Sports news crew that was there to cover the event. It was directed by Tim Fehlbaum, and even with Spielberg having already created a movie about this event, he felt like there was more story to be told. The script was written from firsthand accounts from people who were right there in the control room reporting on this, including the man who the main character was based on, Jeffrey Mason, who was impressively played by John Magaro. We also get great performances from Peter Skarsgard, Corey Johnson, and a bunch of others. I love just how great a job they did at recreating the time period. There was so much old technology peppered throughout the film, and it was integral to the storytelling too. We see old cameras, TVs, we see characters developing film in a dark room, big rolls of film. We see them talking on walkie-talkies and old school phones, putting phones up to the walkie-talkies to help people communicate. Some of the monitors in the background show real footage of the 1972 event, and filmmakers were able to mix that with their footage to create a more authentic look. All that and the kind of grainy camera work really make you feel like you're in that room. And I felt like the historical significance of everything that was going on was interesting. It was one of the first times that a terrorist event was covered on live TV. Even the use of the word terrorist was something they really had to mull over here. In present day, it's a word you hear all the time. And it reminded me of HBO's The Newsroom or Apple TV Plus's The Morning Show, in that it gives you an inside look at what all it took to put on a live broadcast and the pace of everything at that time. You really feel all the tough decisions that needed to be made with almost no time to think. It's kind of hard to find anything to criticize here, really, but I would have loved for them to have included a little bit more time with the hostages and the captors, and maybe some of the reaction of the general public. You really just get the perspective of that ABC News team, and know going in that this is the kind of movie that you really need to kind of lock in and watch and pay attention to really get the full effect and feel of all the performances. I'm glad I was able to see it in the theaters as well. So I'm feeling about an 8 for this movie. It's definitely worth checking out, whether you can get to one of the December limited release screenings or if you wait to see it during the January wide release. But I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and you can check out another one of my videos right here.